All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. I just gotta say, I absolutely despise this Twitter or X update right here, where how they display the pictures now. I think it's way worse. It's just way worse. I mean, Elon took this site over, and he's never made a good change. Like it's like no, every day it's just like, all right, we gotta make it a little bit worse, a little bit worse, a little bit worse. Anyway, um, so we have some upcoming content. I mean, this is looking like this is like we're now out of kind of like slow periods. I mean, we're here because this week there's going to be two updates, two data downloads. We know this for sure, and I could go into it very heavily here. So we're going to be getting a data download and an update. This is going to be tonight on JP, and Global will of course also be getting a data download tonight. um yeah, I guess actually Global will probably get the data download first, because if we take a look, so JP is going to be in maintenance until 3 a.m. The normal Global data download time is around 2 a.m. my time. So that means that Global probably should get the data download a little bit before, and we'll see the details of well, I guess mostly just the Dokkan Frontier, right? So there's going to be, again, data download and stuff tonight, but then there's also going to be a second data download this week on the 20th, right? On Thursday. And this is what's going to bring the countdown stuff. So I do memorial stones will be there, potentially a countdown EZA, potentially content, potentially EZA. Like we could see quite a few things actually added in this Thursday update. Now remember, this maintenance is going to carry with it an update as well. So we're going to get some battlefield changes, right? You no longer need to be rank 150 to do battlefield. It's instead, it wants you to do one of these panel missions right there, right? So that's one of the things. This is a typo. It's 112 characters. You don't need to I think you could still only use a maximum of 112 characters in Battlefield, but you don't need to pre-select them when starting it. So I think it's going to feel less restrictive and less of like, oh, I need to like ahead of time before I start, I need to be sure that these are my setups, right? You're not going to have to do that with that. And then now Dokkan Frontier missions can be completed even if you're using a guest character. Previously, if you used the guest character, you could not complete the missions. And then there's going to be game center achievements as well. So those are some of the stuff that's coming with the JP update tonight. Now, again, unfortunately, Global is going to be getting those things I just specifically mentioned on this day after this maintenance is over. Now, yeah, it does suck, but they did say they were going to stop doing this in the fall, or at least the way Geppy worded it was they listed a bunch of updates that they wanted to implement by the fall, was kind of the point I got with this. So my guess is that this will be the final one that's delayed. There is one thing I haven't gotten to yet that's in here, a huge update that we've all wanted, right? So we have the global announcement, or wait, no, this is the JP announcement. We have the global announcement right here and the JP announcement right here. Now let's just talk about the thing that's not in the global announcement. So the number of stones needed to reset an ability in the hidden potential system is 5 stones, which is egregious. Should not be that way. This is a relic of, back when the game first came out, right? Like, using stones to clear events and, a bunch of stones to reset abilities and shit like that. Like, that's just part of it. Like, now it's just like archaic, holding us back. I mean, you could, say like reverse. Reverse didn't need to be in the game anymore. Like, it was a good change removing that, right? So this looks to be permanent, by the way. So this is now just a permanent change where rather than 5 stones to change an ability, say you have a dodge ability, you want to change it to additional, right? Right now it would take 5 stones to do that, for the character to like forget the ability, and then you could reselect it. Now they're going to change it to 1 stone, which is great. I mean, honestly, it probably should just be free. Like, I don't, it's just not, I mean, someone was crunching the numbers. I mean, I would need to look into it a lot deeper, but apparently over the last year, Dokkan has given around 7,500 stones in the last year. It seems like a crazy number. So it's just like, Dokkan doesn't need to, like, nickel and dime us with this. This could be zero. I will take the change to one stone permanently. That's great. But I feel like they could take it a step further and even take it to 0, right? But, like, at least we got progress. And this is going to be a permanent change. Now, the reason this is in the JP information, whoops, I'm getting mixed up, sorry. The reason this is in the JP information and not in the global information is because JP is getting the maintenance tonight and global is getting the maintenance on Thursday, right? But remember, this is a 2 data download week. So, the regular content is coming to both versions probably tomorrow, right? So well, I say tomorrow, but it'll be in like 48 hours is when this content should be releasing. I don't think it'll be in 24 hours after the maintenance, but I mean, I guess we'll see. It's possible, but this stuff should be dropping in, I say 48 hours, but it's like 43 hours, right? Is when this content right here should be dropping. That is coming to both versions at the same time, but just this change right here is tied to a maintenance happening. So when we get our the GDC countdown data download, which is on the 20th, when we get that, global is going to be getting this update as well, which is, again, a great change. I said this last night when we were discussing this. Over the last 2 years, the Dokkan updates it's actually, like, overwhelming how good the updates have been. Like, I mean, you think about all the stuff that's at it: summon points, Dokkan Day, friend system fix, super attack skip. I mean, it is a ridiculous list of are they massively improving the game going into when Dragon Ball Super is returning, right? Like, I'm not sure, but this has been the best aspect of Dokkan over the last 2 years, 2025, 2026, has been these updates. Constant good updates, needed updates, right? Things we've asked for a long time, right? Remember, they consolidated the Baba Shop as well. Like, how many of these amazing updates have we gotten? So that's really good. Okay, now talking about just kind of like the content that's coming. So we are going to get Demonic Power Dokkan Frontier is going to be getting some new nodes. I assume that this is probably going to be, it might just be like Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma. Because if we take a look at what it already, I mean, maybe they do have like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in there, or future Gohan or something. It's possible. So, because map 1, I mean, we have OG Dragon Ball here, a DBZ movie, and the, kind of like the end of DBZ. Now we're already in the Daima part. So it makes me wonder, like, are we just going to get like mini Super Saiyan 4 and Goma, and then they're going to call it a day with this? Because, like, don't forget, Demonic Power, I mean, there is a huge amount of characters that they did not touch in here, right? Mira, Toa, Demigra, any version of Gohan, most, Piccolo, right? Like, they could go superhero Gohan, superhero Piccolo, right? Like, there's a ton of characters in here that they did not really touch yet. Deborah, right? Deborah could have a Demonic Power stage. So is this going to be like 5 maps long? Or are they going to just end it? Like, is it just going to be Goku and Goma, since we're already in the Daima part, right? So we'll see with that. And then we're getting new quest mode stages. Now, I think the chances are very high, by the way, that we could see a Dokkan Awakening for either of these 2 characters right here. Chaozu is only an SSR. He eventually is going to be an LR. The way you could tell right here is the buffs to the stats, right? Chaozu is getting, about 5,000 to his stats from the hidden potential system, right? Which shows that he's actually like going to be an LR, versus Gohan, who's at like that 3,000 level, basically, right? I don't know if okay, yeah, because it's the number, like the base number, you don't really need to worry about too much. It's this is what we, right? 3,000 to all of those. And then right here, it again, it's essentially 5,000 to all of these, right? Is he's got the regular potential system. So we could see the TUR here. Maybe it'll be like Chaozu and Goldo or Chaozu and Ginyu, whatever the LR might end up being. We could see the TUR for this. And then also maybe we just get the Dokkan Awakening for this Gohan. Based on his links, by the way, I think he probably is just going to be a Super Saiyan Gohan, because he has Saiyan Erase, all in the family, Saiyan lineage, prepare for battle. 3 links he could get when Dokkan Awakening: Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Shattering Limit. Boom. There you go. So he probably will awaken into a Super Saiyan. So either of these 2 characters could be getting their Dokkan Awakenings with the data download tonight. We'll see. So remember, maybe the biggest news from this is that this is a permanent change. It's something we asked for, where now instead of 5 stones, right, to forget an ability, it's 1 stone, which is amazing. That's very good. And it's going to come out, essentially the 24 hours ish tomorrow night. And then for global, it'll come out on, Thursday/Friday, right? So let me know what you guys think. The updates continue to be very good, and I'll catch you guys next time.